I don't know if this is fucked up because I kind of am a little shocked about R. Kelly. It's like it seemed like he might be innocent, and it's just because he had so many. I shouldn't look at that like so many accusers. It's like they could have been at one point had his back, and then decided to get together and it's like embellish their stories and maybe small way they did worse than they thought it was going to be, like they couldn't turn it all down or something. Like it might have been like they committed more than what they wanted to and then like so there may have been like an interest in making like another Bill Cosby situation. Like Bill Cosby is also innocent, and it's dirty because like a lot of people that I don't think had too like terrible intentions actually really played up in their mind all these people, like when you saw how many. I mean, what is the threshold for a number of people who can get together and hold like that much where like all and accusing somebody and getting together and lying. It's like the Stanford experiment or something. It's like they don't really want to be, you know what I'm saying? They don't really, about like the people who um the people who killed Nipsey Hussle haven't been, or they reportedly were saying we were confused and we didn't know why we shot Nipsey and we liked Nipsey. We don't know. We don't understand. Well, that should make you stir crazy a little too. A lot of things be making me stir crazy too in little tiny ways. It's like I'm being given leg room so I could be stir crazy too. Well, when it's time to acknowledge, I mean, what can you do? Like it's like I'm just gonna say that I mean damn. It's like just all greed or something. It's just greed. Mm. See, it's like people do the worst shit to like they're it's still people oppress their own race. It still seems like people oppress their own race. Like it's really like not advisory to cross the line and you know what I'm saying, and oppress somebody else's race and shit like that. I mean, the Japanese oppress the Chinese and back in the day, like a lot of slaves, like slaves. I mean, they got slaves today too. It's like a little. We think, who you think you're gonna ask to solve the problem that didn't make the situation, what I mean, Benghazi and shit. Like, who are you gonna tell to fucking make it better than the people that fucking caused fucking the slave market in Libya? Like, fuck. And just so happens that greed motivated somebody to fucking make us turn against our own people and do black on black or some Jesus Christ. You notice how it's like middle-aged, like white ladies and shit that want you to fucking turn against the. It's like a war for themselves in the life of the housewife. They want to draft black women into the war for themselves, and we like attack their man and shit. And then like they'll turn around and attack black men too. It's like, what? You're messing with Sekhmet. That's energy is belongs to Sekhmet. You know what I mean? They should have stuck with Hecate. That's fucked up, man. I like Never Ending Story. That was a good movie back in the day. Remember watching that shit? It was Hecate energy. What are they playing with now? Fucking Sekhmet. You know what I mean? Queen of the Damned. Remember that? Queen of the Damned? Man, that's crazy, man. See, I roasted white people too, because fucking, they think you're gonna go off the opinion of the little toddler that's supposed to have your back, like you're their parent. Like they want to honor you. They want to honor you, and you're gonna take a mile, bitch. You think and then they'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Because basketball players. Like I'm gonna run a mile. I'm gonna run a laps when wearing a mask. I'm gonna exercise wearing a mask. And you go to a basketball game, they're not wearing that shit. Any sport, they're not gonna fucking wear that shit. Sometime you motherfucker. Like, how do you flip flop and fucking? I just want to throw up. It's just like that, just like, you know, like you gotta give them the little respect and shit. You walk into Starbucks and everything. Excuse me, sir, do you have a mask and everything? Oh yeah, excuse me, let me put that on. Order your drink, fucking take that shit off, and fucking the rest of the time, nobody's wearing a fucking mask. Nobody. You just got people checking people at the door. Excuse me, can I aim a thermometer gun at your head and fucking walk off the job and shit? You're making it hard for people that fucking don't have the, like, all right, I mean, that still have the issue of that, like, being productive. Like, they're trying to stay productive. It's make me sad. I can't say that I have to. You can't have sympathy for them. They're not. It's not like that kind of a thing. You know what I mean? It's just like sad or some shit. It's like, fuck. I gotta keep my shit in check because I can walk off the job. Because I walk off the job and I'm like, you know, or I know my own worth. Okay, so I know my own worth. Yeah, here we go. Now I'm elite. Now I'm looking down on people, you know. And it's like, they fucking had no choice. There's fucking no choice. Oh, God. They make it hard to keep your shit together. Anytime they want to backdoor the technology, I'm sure China fucking on the black market or dark web has my Google account and shit. You know what I mean? They would just to fucking fuck with you or some shit. If nobody could account for you or something, like, they would just probably disappear. Like, two-factor authentication. Psh. We got this shit that will come up with thousands of numbers in seconds and shit. Or like, fucking, all this shit's ours. Like, it's just fucking, we just don't even have to use it. They just have that. It was just they could just set your shit up. You know? It's just that for a while, when you're not working with too much, you know what I mean? They'll let you, but if you built like a huge, you know what I'm saying, like a Shiba Inu and shit like that, and they'll have you. Didn't they just fucking Oh, we commandeered the Bitcoin from the fucking pipeline. The terrorists that fucking attacked the some pipeline or some shit, cyber attack or some shit. Oh, it was a cyber attack. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, they just fucking found out the cyber criminals private keys and commandeered their Bitcoin, bro. Oh yeah, sure. You know what? Fucking they got a back door or some shit. I feel like they're gonna stake everything one day. They're gonna take all my shit. They just don't want to take it now. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe somebody could account for, you know what I'm saying, then it wouldn't just to be to fuck with somebody and have, see if I'll go back to being a scrounge. You know what I mean? And maybe they'll use me to give people hope and thinking that there's immutability, that I'm immutable and censorship proof and all this shit. You know what I mean? I mean, I have ledgers. It's not all. There's a lot. I'm not gonna put everything. I'm not gonna put everything on a Google ID. You know what I mean? I'll mess around. Like I'll fuck around with it. I'll risk a little on there. You know. But I mean that fucking them hackers, dude. There was like they had a Bitcoin private keys and I was fucking. They just froze. They froze his fucking. Nope, you can't freeze them Bitcoin accounts. There's companies that have hackers in their system moving assets around in a platform that they manage and fucking they can't do nothing about it. Can't do nothing about it. But then these fucking lackeys that never know anything about technology and can't figure out how it's going to tax or anything like that, all of a sudden, they know how to freeze hard money. They know how to freeze immutable assets and hard money. Do it now. Don't let me work to build something, fuckhead, for 5 years. Don't let me work to build something for 5 years and find out that they can actually fucking freeze Bitcoin accounts. Like, what I can understand fucking watching the person with the Bitcoin account, arresting them when they go to the bank. When they go to the bank. Are you telling me this is all just acting? And at some point in time, they're going to try to take some intellectual property along with some Bitcoin and some like this and that and try to just throw everything in this damn hizzy again. Like, ha, 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 ha. Fucking, just like a fucking, is Bane or something. Like, dude. Bane from Batman or something like that. Like I'm gonna crush the world and fucking come on, do it now. Maybe you'll never have it that easy, but I mean shit. We have at least you could kill us. At least we could get killed. At least we're not gonna be like that forever. You know what I mean? How they have you work for. If you could live forever, it's like you being an 8,000-year-old vampire who could still get beat up. An 8,000, like what's the point of being an 8,000-year-old vampire? You could still get beat up. You know what I mean? Maybe they let you work for 7,000 years, then beat you up and take all your shit. Just because they would be able to. There's no precedent for stopping. You seen the Stanford experiment. You can't stop zapping, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop electrocuting his ass. At some point, it's like at some point, then they don't want to fucking stop electrocuting his ass. But I can't get too indignant. I can't get too self-righteously indignant and shit like that. Cause no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm only talking about situations that could be worse for, you know, transhumanism or some shit like that. You know, like Alzheimer's or dementia, beating you up, fucking beating the shit out of you for fucking longer than an 8,000-year-old vampire. People think they have some fucking nice ideas. Man. People think they think they got some ideas, man. It's a good thing that they couldn't fucking hit what they said, hit a lick out of a stick or something. Those motherfuckers couldn't hit a lick out of a stick. Even if it was burned on one end, even if one side of it was char, they couldn't fucking smudge a pair of Nikes. You know, they're trying to see if they could make a sharp knife out of shit, like frozen shit. And for science. If science, I want to see if they can make a sharp edge. Dude, shit knife, dude. Excremente. Your tax money.